Well, good evening everybody out there online. This is Chris Peters with the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and I came out here because I wanted to film another video for you guys from this awesome book, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And this is another formula from chapter 11 on concentration. And this is actually the formula that you can use to develop your memory. Okay, so we're going to get into it here. These are the 3 principles that enter into the act of remembering. Now, let us make application of these principles and determine how to use them effectively, which it may be used as follows. Which it may be done as follows. Sure, whatever. First, when you wish to be sure of your ability to recall a sense impression, such as a name, date, or place, be sure to make the impression vivid by concentrating your attention upon it to the finest detail. An effective way to do this is to repeat several times that which you wish to remember. Just as a photographer must give an exposure proper time to record itself on the sensitized plate of the camera, so must we give the subconscious mind time to record properly and clearly any sense impression that we wish to be able to recall with readiness. Second, associate that which you wish to remember with some other object, name, place, or date with which you are quite familiar, and which you can easily recall when you wish. For example, the name of your hometown, a close friend, the date of your birth, etc. For your mind will then file away the sense impression that you wish to be able to recall with the one that you can easily recall, so that when bringing forth one into the conscious mind, it brings also the other one with it. Third, repeat that which you wish to remember a number of times, at the same time concentrating your mind upon it, just as you would fix your mind on a certain hour at which you wish to arise in the morning, which, as you know, ensures your awakening at that precise hour. The common failing of not being able to remember the names of people, which most of us have, is due entirely to the fact that we do not properly record the name in the first place. When you are introduced to a person whose name you wish to be able to recall at will, repeat that name 4 or 5 times, first making sure that you understood the name correctly. If the name is similar to that of some person whom you know well, associate the 2 names together, thinking of both as you repeat the name of the ones whose name you wish to be able to recall. If someone gives you a letter to be mailed, look at the letter, then increase its size in your imagination, and see it hanging over a letterbox. Fix in your mind a letter approximately the size of a door, and associate it with a letterbox. And you will observe that the first letterbox you pass on the street will cause you to recall that big, odd-looking letter which you have in your pocket. So, the law of association is the most important feature of a well-trained memory, yet it is a very simple law. All you have to do is make use of it to record the name of that which you wish to remember with the name of that which you can easily remember, and the recalling of one brings with it the other. So I hope you guys wrote that formula down, and I'm going to explain something to you guys about this book like I always do in all of my videos on this course that I'm presenting to you guys, Mastering the Law of Success. If you really, really want this information to benefit your life, you got to read it more than once. Okay? This is a course of study. Remember that. I've said that in previous videos that I've done from this book. And determination and persistence. Okay? Now I'm getting better at reading more and more each and every day. Okay? I want to make reading a habit. But it's difficult sometimes because I never used to enjoy reading. And I know how important it is to become a person who reads constantly. The more knowledge I have, the more knowledge I can apply to my life and my career towards becoming a successful entrepreneur. Even though I'm already successful, I wish to be more successful than I am at this point in my life. Therefore, continuous knowledge, personal development, and growth are essential. And one other thing I'm going to point out for you guys is this is not easy. If you think becoming a full-time entrepreneur with full-time income and you're going to travel around the world in a matter of a year to 2 years, no. You got to be in this for the long haul. Now, I'm not saying you can't make significant advances in your career in a year. I have. Kareem has. But where you're going to be in that year is going to be determined by how much action you take every single day. Now, there are days where I just relax and read, or I make a new video, or I'm sending out emails to different entrepreneurs to be on our Blog Talk radio show, or I'm going for walks and listening to Earl Nightingale, Les Brown, or Zig Ziglar, or I'm doing some writing for our new book that we have coming out in 2017, or I'm just going for a walk and listening to some formulas that I put into my phone from this book. But I found that 90% of my time is being spent working on myself and what I want to achieve. And if you're not doing that, if you're not putting in the effort, you're not putting in the time, and you're not putting in the determination and the persistence, don't bitch about your life. Because I'm going to tell you, this is not for everybody. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to learn a lot about yourself if you become entrepreneurial. You're going to learn so much about yourself that it's going to stagger your imagination with the great ideas that you can come up with and facilitate. It's going to astound you, the creative visualization that your mind actually possesses, that you possess inside of you, and the creative ability and talent that you have lying dormant inside your mind. Now, I gotta give it to you straight. I have had a very tumultuous time figuring out what I wanted to do in my life. It took until I was the age of 31 to really figure out what I wanted to go after and to start organizing the plans to bring it into fruition. Thankfully, I'm 36 and have now done that. So I've been on this journey for about 5 years. Now, I wasn't always a content marketer and personal development specialist and video production specialist, etc., etc. I used to be in MLM, and I was with a couple of health and wellness companies, and I had numerous successes and failures. I had some good clients, I had some good distributors, I was making some money, and then all of a sudden my distributors decided they didn't want to be in the business anymore, or my customers decided they didn't want the products anymore. You fill in the blank, etc., etc. And it kind of demoralized me for a while. It kind of discouraged me. But then I got the idea for the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and a light bulb went off in my head. And Kareem and I came together and we were like, well, let's do our own thing. Let's create our own content. Let's create our own YouTube channel. Let's create. And that's what we've been doing ever since. We've had the Entrepreneur Power Hour going for about 1.75 years now. And I am very happy to say that we've had some really big names on there. Stacey Alcorn being one of them, Calvin Wayman being another, Mr. Gordon Treadgold, and numerous other big name entrepreneurs. So, I will leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. Believe in yourself, believe in your life, believe in your potential, and never stop dreaming. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Take care. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our content, and we'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Good evening, everybody out there on the internet. Chris Peters here, once again coming to you live with the Entrepreneur Power Hour. tonight's video, I wanted to come out here and do a thank you video from the bottom of our hearts for Miss Stacy Alcorn of Entrepreneur.com, who was kind enough to come on to our Blog Talk radio show and allowed us to interview her. Stacy Alcorn is a contributing writer for Entrepreneur.com, and she's also a daily blogger for the Huffington Post. She also owns the third largest real estate firm in Boston, Massachusetts, titled Layer Realty, and she employs over 270 real estate agents. She's had massive success with her real estate company. She's also an attorney and became an attorney in 2007, and she's also a famous author, and her newest books are titled Reach and Tuned In: 8 Lessons to Success. So as you can see, she has a lot of accomplishments at such a young age of only 42 years old. And she was very kind and very open in our interview, and basically we discussed our stories about how we became entrepreneurial and who some of the people were that inspired us to become entrepreneurial, why we choose to share our skills and expertise with the world, and just the overall big picture of success. And she had already become successful by the time she was 18. She owned her own home, had fancy cars, all the bells and whistles and things like that. And by the time she turned 23, 24 years old, she started to realize that there was more to life than material possessions. And now she's going